Cyprus is one of the most beautiful islands I have ever visited. This country is home to beautiful sandy beaches, crystal clear water, mountains and really friendly people. This video brings the best of everything that Cyprus has to offer. We will go to Ayia Napa beach, scuba dive in Protaras, swim in Adonis bath and try not to die on the way to the Blue Lagoon. So here it is, my take on how to spend 7 days in Cyprus. Let's start with 3 most important aspects of the trip: Cyprus map, transport and accommodation. I prepared the tourist map of Cyprus that help us and I believe should help you to discover Cyprus. You can download the original file, I have included the link below this video. For this trip I would recommend 4x4 car as Cyprus has many mountains and hills. If you're planning to go to Adonis bath or Blue Lagoon, then you will definitely need 4x4. We paid 36 British pounds, which is about 40 euro per day for the small car, but then we had to add 10 euro extra per day for 4x4. Accommodation, we used the hotel Theo Sunset Bay in Paphos area. From here you can get everywhere in Cyprus in less than 2 hours. We chose all-inclusive option and this cost around 140 euro per day. The view from the hotel was outstanding. There was so much choice in the restaurant and the staff in the hotel was really friendly. Before you go to Cyprus, you need to be aware that the country is split in half. North part belongs to Turkey and south part to Cyprus. I will give you more details about currency and what to do to get from south to north later in this video. Best time to visit is April to October if you're looking for the sun. The last winter, November to February, was really cold. We talked to locals and they said it was the worst winter in 30 years. We arrived at the Paphos airport in the afternoon. From there we hired the car and went to the hotel. We still had a couple of hours left in the day, so we decided to go to Edro Shipwreck and stay there for one of the most beautiful sunsets ever. A bit of story about the shipwreck. On 8th of December 2011, the ship left from Limassol to Rhodos in really bad weather conditions. The ship drifted due to the strong winds and rough seas and finally went ashore near Ayia. Luckily no one died. We also met so many friendly people there from England, Germany and France. Then we called a day and came back to the hotel. The next day we went to see 2 places. The first one was Avakas Gorge. The car park was free, but we needed to walk about 15 minutes to get there. This place features a river. Hiking and walking is rated as moderate. The length is about 5 miles and we've done about 3 miles in total. You cannot really see that on the pictures on the internet, but you walk either on the rock or in the water, so prepare that your shoes going to get wet. The only advice is not to wear flip-flops. Wear proper hiking shoes or at least trainers. This was one of our favorite places to visit during the whole trip. The second place we visited this day was Adonis bath. This was probably the best place to visit in Cyprus. I'm glad that we had 4x4 car as the road there wasn't easy and I'm not sure we would made it with the smaller car. The car park was free, but you need to pay entry fee, which was 10 euros. But I guarantee this place is worth every single penny. There is about 5 minutes walk from the car park, then you can have a bath in the river in the forest. We also had few jumps from the tree. We visited this place in April and the water was freezing cold, and I mean it. Just listen to that. Then we use the stairs to go to the top of the hill. There you can find the statue of Paphos. And there is a legend that ladies who wish to become pregnant, even if they are 60 years old, should touch Paphos' appendage. On day 3, we visited 3 places: The first one was White River Beach. If you want to escape from the crowd, it's absolutely lovely. There are no people, only goats and sheep chilling on the cliffs. The quiet and the waves touching the stones is incredible. This is a very special beach. I have never seen cleaner seawater in my entire life. You can get a nice view from the top of the cliffs, and this place is also great for pictures. You must swim and snorkel there, as this will stay in your memory forever. Oh yeah! Maybe the fact that it is not so popular makes this place so special. Also, there is a shop not far away with freshly made cold pressed oranges. There are two ways to get to the beach. Walking path, which is easier, so if you come with your family, kids, probably this is the best option. There is another one that is more difficult but is really close to the free car park. The second place we visited was Aphrodite's bath and restaurant. The goddess of love used to take her bath in a cool pond. In our opinion, this place is overrated. We won't go there again. However, I recommend to go to the nearby restaurant called, you guess it? Baths of Aphrodite. It was really busy there, the food was tasty and not that expensive, and the view from there was amazing. The last place we went to on day 3 was Blue Lagoon Beach. This is one of the most isolated beaches in Cyprus. The problem is everyone is talking about the beach and how beautiful this place is, but nobody talks about how difficult it is to get there by a car. We made the biggest mistake of the trip by going there by a car instead of taking a boat. The road was very dangerous. The condition of the road was really bad, and you had a cliff on one side of the road. Most of the time there is only enough space for one car, and there are cars coming opposite ways as well. At some point I was driving on freeway. We spent some time on the beach, which was absolutely amazing. Then we wanted to use another road to get back, just to find out that the road we used to get in is the only road to get out. That was a nerve-wracking experience, but we managed to get off this road before the darkness. Day 4 started from visiting Ayia Napa area. It took about 2 hours drive to get there. While visiting this area, you must visit the natural wonder Ayia Napa Natural Rock Art. This is also called the Love Bridge. This is a popular destination for young couples taking pictures before the wedding ceremony. Then we went to nearby Protaras area. This destination is great for sea lovers, beautiful beaches and natural arc rock formations and caves. It's difficult not to notice the white small church on the rocks. Once you go there, make sure to go down the stairs to see the caves as well. Next, we went to do scuba diving. The diving center we used was Scuba Tech Diving Center. Pete and Shirley were so friendly and so professional that we could fully enjoy this experience. We saw plenty of fishes, exotic flora and fauna. We even saw turtles and underwater statues. I really recommend to do the scuba diving when in Cyprus. Another place we went to was Ayia Napa Beach. This place is well known for crystal clear water and a lot of tourists. We took some photos, then more photos, then we relax and swim in the sea. You can see people playing volleyball, football, drinking and partying on the beach. If your holiday is about party, Ayia Napa is the best in Cyprus. The next day we headed to the capital of Cyprus, Nicosia. This is the largest city of Cyprus with population of 300,000 people. This is the last divided capital in the world. The city is split in two with a border zone since 1964. The north part belonged to Turkey and the south to Greece. In order to cross the border from south to north, you need a passport and a proof of vaccination or negative test. There is a test place about 1 minute away from border and the test costs €5. Once you are in Turkish side, you can see plenty of shops where you can buy fake brand products like Gucci, Nike, brand watches for about 10-20% of original price and even silver or gold. When you're there, also look for the white tourist car driven by crazy Captain Saturn. This is a free and you have a chance to see the best attractions in 15 minutes tour with the great music in the background and people dancing along. One more thing to mention, the official currency in Turkey is Turkish lira, but they also accept euro. The South Greek side use euro only. On the way to our next destination, we saw many banana and orange trees, so we decided to stop and try them. Banana were so fresh and tasty, so much better compared to the one you get from the shop. Oranges looks amazing and smell even better, but when we try them, that's what's happened. I would not recommend to eat them. We arrive at our next destination, Aphrodite's Rock. This is a landmark located off the shore along the main road from Paphos to Limassol. As its name suggests, the rock is associated with Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love. According to the legend, this was the place where the goddess was born. This is also a great place to discover underwater world. You can get there from the car park by crossing the road or by using the tiny tunnel under the road. We started our next day by going to the Tombs of the Kings in Paphos area. This site has been declared as UNESCO World Heritage Site. As the name suggests, you would think this is the burial ground of the kings. However, no kings have been actually buried there. The site is more than 2,000 years old. Also, there is an ice cream van outside. After a few hours of walking, the small ice cream is exactly what everyone needs. Then we went to Nea Paphos, that housing the remains of what was once the capital of the island. The site is so big that we get lost there. We would recommend to see the house of Dionysus, Ayia Solomoni catacombs, Roman Odeon, Paphos mosaics, Ayia Kyriaki and St. Paul's pillars. Then we visited Agios Kendeas Church that is located not far from Nea Paphos. The church has interesting architecture and amazing acoustic. Then we went for the cruise of Paphos. This was an interesting experience that allowed us to see underwater shipwreck through glass bottom floor. I even managed to jump into the water from the boat and swim in the sea. We end up the day by discovering Paphos city. We get some ice creams, we went to see the Paphos castle, talked to some really friendly people, and then we stayed there for the sunset. We started our last day by going to Caledonia Waterfalls. We drove there for about 30 minutes. We arrived at the car park, which is free. Then we walked for about 1 hour to Caledonia Waterfalls, witnessing some amazing views on the way there. We stayed there for a bit, we sat on the bench and had some snacks while listening and watching the waterfall. Then we went to the next destination, Mount Olympus. Okay, so we are on nearly the top of the Olympus mountain, and the view from here is absolutely outstanding. And if you look around, you can see a lot of snow. It's the beginning of April and there's still plenty of snow around, so a bit of surprise over here. This is the highest point in Cyprus, 1,952 meters, and it's located in the Troodos mountains. You can get an amazing view of Cyprus from there, however the view is limited as there is an army base on the top of the mountain with no access. And there you have it, that's how to spend 7 days in Cyprus. Let's find out how much the whole trip costs. Accommodation and car rental are the largest expenses. We didn't save on the hotel, but I'm sure there's plenty hotels that you can get for half of the price, or even save further and get a hostel. In the end, for my trip, the total cost was 1,830 euros. Alright, I hope this video helps you in planning the next trip to Cyprus. This is Mario and thank you for watching.